Hi, thank you for joining my channel. Today I will be making a video on how to dye my wig along with bundles. So the wig I purchased is by Nadula. I actually got this wig on Temu. Temu had it, it was a little more less expensive than the other company, the other sites that were selling it. So it does come with the wig cap and a band. Temu had it a little cheaper than the other sites, like as Amazon and the actual Nadula site. This site was a little cheaper and a little more less expensive. So this is a 7x5 lace front wig. Comes pre-plucked with baby hair, pre-bleached. It does have the little sides where you can add the adjustable band strap, and then it comes with one comb underneath the bottom of it by the nape of the wig, and the color is highlighted with blonde streaks. Number 27 is the color blonde that's in the wig, and this is how it looks overall. And as you guys know, I do like to make my wigs a lot bigger and fuller when I wear the curly wig, so I did order some bundles as well. I ordered 3 bundles that I purchased online. And this curl pattern is the Human Kinky Curly bundles. So what I'm going to do now is use my protective grease. That's the protective is for your scalp and your nape area, to put around your ears, your scalp, your hairline. So I'm just going to use that protective grease to put on top of the lace, because I am going to submerge the whole wig. First time of me trying it, so I'm not sure if it's going to color the lace. So I figured I use some protective style grease on the lace to keep it from staining the lace. So I've heard that when you color the wig, when you dip it in the hot water, it doesn't really mess with the lace. But I just want to be on the safe side. So what I'm doing now is just rubbing that protective style grease and putting it all over the inside of the lace to where it will protect it from the color. So I'm just going to rub that all through the whole lace part of the wig, because I'm trying to get the color that I'm trying to reach. I want the wig to be more of a blue black color, so I did order some royal navy and blue indigo semi-permanent color. So I'm going to submerge that whole wig into the color. So I wanted the blonde to give it more of a blue, like a dark navy blue, like a high trasking color, more like a highlight. So I want the blonde to be like highlighted with the blue, and I want the natural color, the rest of the natural color on the wig, to have more like a blue black tone to it. So when it hits the sun, it'll give like a little blue cast to it. I don't want nothing too drastic. I'm not really into a whole lot of colors, bright colors like that, but I do like to do like the dark blues and the eggplant purple, the dark purple or dark maroon colors. I try to try those colors out. I don't really do a whole lot of color. I usually do mainly just jet black. So right now I'm just continuing to cover out that whole lace. Forgive me that my camera is not quite angled where it needs to be, but you kind of get the point of what I'm doing now. And the water I just boiled, see that's how it's looking right now. This is with the grease covering it completely underneath and on top. Let me show you how it looks. That's how it looks with the grease, just protecting the lace. So I did just boil some hot water. These are the bundles that I'm adding to it as well. So the wig is 22 inches. The bundles I ordered they're a little longer bundles. I ordered 22, 24, and a 26. And I'm just going to add those into the wig to make them fuller. The color I'm using is by Adore. This is the Royal Navy. Now I actually had to get 2 different blues because beauty shop that's in my little town that I live in. They were out of Royal Navy. They only had just that one left, so I did get it. So what I'm going to do is just pour it all in the hot water, and I just boiled the water, let it get to its hot boiling point, and took it off the eye. I didn't add any cold water or anything to it, just boiled it straight hot. And now I'm adding the water. Now I'm adding the color. It's Royal Navy. Alright, now I'm adding the second color because I ran out of the royal, so I had to get the indigo. Indigo blue. And it's also semi-permanent. So I did one whole bottle of the Royal Navy, and then I added just half of this color here, the indigo blue. The indigo blue seemed like it's just a little bit of lighter blue than a Royal Navy, so I didn't want to add too much to it. So I just did pour half of that bottle in there with it. Didn't pour the whole bottle. So I just used 1.5. I wish I would have had 2 Royal Navies. I would have just used the whole 2 Royal Navies, but just went this route. See how it turns out. So now I'm just mixing the 2 colors together with the hot water with my mixing brush. Give that a good stir. And now I'm just testing it as the water drips off the brush to see how blue it is. I think that's pretty okay for me as of right now. So now I'm starting with the bundles, which I bleached the bundles myself. I just bleached the bottom of them. And the top is just its normal natural color. And like I said before, I want to give it more of a blue-black look. And I do want a little blue, casting out of it here and there. So I figured if I bleach the bottom of the bundles, it'd give more of a blue streak to it. Once I sew it in between the bundles that's already on the wig. I don't want it to be too blue, but I do want some blue showing throughout the wig. So right now I'm just taking off the elastic band so that way I can submerge the whole bundle into the color. Because I do want the natural color to give more of a blue-black tone to it. And I'm just dipping it in and out, swirling it around, dipping it in and out. Water is pretty hot. All right, and I'm just going to go and do the same with my next bundles, just taking my elastic bands off of them so that way the actual whole bundle can get some color to it. Going to dip the second bundle in there. Look like it's taking pretty well. Let those sit. And my third bundle, I bleached it. I didn't bleach it as light as I should have had because I got a little worried because as I was bleaching it, I think I put too much activator cream in it because it started smoking in the foil. I was like, oh my Lord, did I put too much in it? So kind of panicked because I didn't want the hair to melt. So I just took it on. I just rinsed the bleach off of it. So it's a little darker than the other two bundles, but that's all right because I don't want it real blue no way. I want more of a, like I said, a blue black color tone to it with some blue streaks. All right, so I'm just gonna let those sit in the pot while they continue to color. And I'm going to grab the wig and I'm getting ready to submerge the whole wig in there. And we're going to get those blonde highlights into blue and the natural color on the wig. We're going to see if we can get that a blue-black color. All right, so I'm just submerging it all in. I'm just slowly pressing it down up in that color. Keep it from overflowing, spilling out of the pot. The water is really hot, so that's why I'm using my applicator brush to help push it up in there. So yeah, just getting it all in there, getting it submerged, checking it to see if that blonde is taking the color, and it is taking the color quite well, pretty fast. Just going to continue to submerge it up in there. Just checking it to see how it's coming out. Okay, it looks like it's taking it pretty well. I see a little green cast to it, so I need to go and dip that down up in there some more. And I'm going to just let it sit in the color. Let that sit in the color. Dip in the, get that lace up in there now. I'm getting a little nervous, hoping and praying that doesn't tint that lace. Look like the lace is staying pretty brown right now. All right, so I actually let the color sit on the bundles and the wig for about, just let it sit in there actually for 30 minutes. Now this is how the bundles turned out with the ends bleached. You can see the blue, but it's not too blue. One of the bundles, like I said, was a little dark already when I bleached it, so it's looking more black than anything. And this is how the wig turned out once I finished dipping it and letting it sit. And it looked like it tinted my lace just a little bit. I see some little blue spots on the lace. Let me test it against my hand. Okay, so it's not looking bad. It didn't really tint the lace much. I see a little color here and there on the inside of it, but I'm going to fix that with some spray. So look, it turns out pretty well from my liking. Like I said, I didn't want anything too dramatic. I just wanted some blue poking out here and there and want the wig to look more of a blue-black. So it turned out the way I wanted it. And that's using the water method effect, the hot water method effect, instead of just bleaching the actual color. I mean, not bleaching, coloring the actual hair itself. I just used the hot water method. which made it quick and easy. I think I'm going to start doing this when I dye my wigs and bundles jet black, because I love jet black hair. And I normally just go through each track and dye it. I never use the hot water method, but I will be using that from here on out. So now I'm just going to get my little wig hanger so I can let the wig hang and air dry, and I'm going to let those bundles air dry as well. But before I do that, I do need to put some conditioner on it. I like to use leave-in conditioner by SheaMoisture. Love that strengthen and restore leave-in conditioner. I hate to actually use it on my wigs because it's some good product. I use it on my daughter. I've been using SheaMoisture products on her ever since she was a baby. The coconut and hibiscus. And it got her hair so thick and so full. And she has that 4C type hair. So that leave-in conditioner, you don't have to wash it out. It softens her hair so much because her hair can get quite tangled when I wash it. So I use that deep conditioner. It helps soften her hair and make it very manageable, manageable for me to comb and brush through it. So whenever I color my wigs, I do like to use it on it as well to protect it and to give it its soft texture, bring that soft texture back to the hair, because sometimes those chemicals can dry out your wigs and make them stiff. And this leave-in conditioner, it helps softens it quite a bit. Right, so I'm just going to do this throughout the rest of the hair, and with my bundles I'm just going to put some conditioner on it, and I will be right back. All right, you guys, welcome back. So I'm ready to install the wig after I had dyed it with the blue and added the bundles to it. This is how it's looking now after I had dyed it with the blue. And I'm just going to go ahead and install it. So I did order this tape from off of Amazon. I wanted to try it to see how it would work. It's supposed to put it on the lace, underneath the lace, and it's supposed to give it more of a scalp look. So we're just going to try it out and see how it turns out. All right, so right now I'm just going to, as I said before, put the tape on the lace of the wig. So I'm just cutting it out to the length that I want it to cover the lace with. I wear side parts, so I'm going to make sure I get majority of that tape, skin-like tape, placed on the side where I will be parting it. And I like to wear left side parts. I'm sorry I don't have it completely on the camera as I'm doing it. So yeah, this is all air and trial. This is my first time actually trying this tape that I got from Amazon. Right now I'm just cutting it out and applying it to the lace, inside of the lace. Let's see how this turns out. I'm a little nervous, but if it doesn't work out, I can always take it off. When I read the instructions on it, it did say to tape it onto the inside of the lace. So once I got it cut to the length that I wanted, right now I'm peeling it off, and I am going to peeling off the wrapper, the backing. And I just wanted to get that little jagged edge. I want the edge of the tape to mimic and match the lace, because the lace has those little weighty zigzag ends to it. So what I'm going to do is try to put the tape as close to the edge of the lace. I don't want to cover the whole complete lace, because I am going to glue it down. But I do want it to blend in with the lace. So I did cut it with the little zigzags in the front to mimic the end of the lace, because that's how my lace is cut on the ends. I do use those fabric cutters. The fabric cutters have those little teeth in them to make your cut jagged like that. So that's what I like to use when I cut my lace wigs with, when I trim them up on the end. Excuse me, I'm really trying to focus here with my mouth wide open. Alright, you guys, so I'm just going to try to speed up the process. This is how it turned out once I put my tape underneath the lace. I'm just going to see how it fits on my head. Okay. It doesn't look too bad, but it's a little loose on my head, so I'm going to have to adjust my band and make my band tighter. Yeah, it's a little too loose, so I'm just going to tighten it up. So right now I'm just tightening my band, because I actually sewed my elastic band onto my wig, so I'm just going to sew it some more down so it'll tighten up a little more. Alright, so now I got my elastic strap in the back tightened up and adjusted the way I want it. I'm just going to place it where I want to make sure where I want to glue it down. Right now I'm placing it where I want it placed at, so I know where I'm going to glue it down. Scoop my wig grip back just a little. Pulling out my baby hairs out the way. I'm just trying to measure it and see exactly where I'm going to glue it down at. And I'm talking to my daughter in the background. You see my mouth moving. It's my daughter that I'm speaking with. So I'm going to place it. I believe that's exactly where I want to place it. So I'm going to go ahead and glue it down. Little tape underneath looks pretty good. Makes it look like a little scalp up underneath there. Okay. Looks really good. I'm liking this tape so far. We're going to see how it turns out once I glue it all down. This is how the tape is looking underneath. Yeah, it makes it look like a real scalp. Ain't that something? Alright, we're going to try it out and see. So, you know, I like my side part. See where I got just tape coming to close to the edge. So now I'm getting ready to glue it down. All right, that's about where I want to put it. Slide it back just a bit. And I'm just trying to make sure I get my wig cap close to where I'm going to be gluing it down at, because I do like to put a little glue onto the wig cap. It just helps hold my wig cap from sliding, because when I glue my wigs down, I have them glued down for like a whole week, and by the middle of that week, maybe the third or fourth day, I can feel my wig cap starting to just start sliding back a little bit underneath my wig, which starts to pull on my wig. So when I glue it down, I notice it holds my lace in place a lot longer than normal versus if I don't glue it down. If I don't glue the lace down with it. So right now I'm just using some witch hazel to clean the area around my forehead where I'm going to be gluing at with a cotton ball. Because I did put some color on my wig cap. So some of it got on my skin. I'm just cleaning that area out so the glue can adhere better and last longer. And I'm using some Scalp Protected. That's just to protect your skin from the glue, by Walker. You know I'm taking it back to old school. I'm going to go back to my day one, which is the Walker tape. I'm using their Scalp Protectant, and I'm going to go back and use their glue. I used to use their glue when I very first started gluing down my lace frontals back in 2000 and I want to say 2003. I started wearing lace frontals with my sew-ins I used to. And that's what I used to use, was that good old Walker tape. There it is right there. This is what I'm going to use. Go back to what I know. So the Walker tape, I think I'm going to use about 2 to 3 coats. It has a brush on the applicator. Alright, so that glue is it can get very messy, so you have to be careful when you're applying that Walker tape on there. So right now I'm just brushing a really light coat. And I'm getting it just a little on my wig cap. It gets very messy, you gotta be careful. Getting it where I want to glue it at, and also a little bit on the touching my lace cap, because it helps. I noticed that helps keep my cap up underneath in place, because sometimes that cap can just slide all back up off your head underneath your wig. I like to keep my wigs on for days at a time. I don't take them off daily. I'm just brushing a light coat on it, thin coat, not light but thin. And I'm just going to let that dry till it gets a little tacky. Then I'm going to go over it with another coat. And I'm just going to dry it like I said. And I'm not using any high heat. It's just cool air. Let that dry until it starts feeling tacky. I'm not trying to dry complete. I just want it to be tacky. So once you see that, see where it's tacky. Once it starts feeling tacky, then I'm going to go ahead and place another layer over it. And we're just going to do this 2 to 3 times. All right, so as I'm laying down my lace, I noticed that I need just a little bit glue right at the tip of my lace, right on top of the forehead area. I am going to add just a little glue to it so it won't lift up. Yeah, right there is where it's lifting up at, so I do need to add a little glue to that area right there as well. So I'm going to take I'm not going to use a brush because the brush can get quite messy. I'm just going to take the tip of my rat tail comb and just dab just a really thin layer of glue right in that area where it needs to lay down. Right where it needs to lay. Just add a thin layer. Not too much. And I'm just going to dry it again. Just make it a little tacky, because if I lay it down on top of that wet glue, it's just going to seep right through that lace. Now I'm just going to press it all down. Add a little bit more on that side as well. Taking my rat tail comb once again. And just apply a thin layer right at the edge. Right, it should be good enough. Just a little bit more. Glue is very messy. And I'm just going to quickly dry it, make that tacky as well. Okay, it's turning out so far. I'm just going to brush my edges on down over it. And then work on the way I want to once I melt the lace. Right, so I pretty much got it laid down the way I want. And I'm just going to lay my baby hairs down before I actually put my melting band on. Alright, looks about how I want it. So I'm just going to put the band on it. Stretch it as far as I can to make that lace melt in there and to keep it from the glue from sticking to my band, as I done had that glue stick to my band numerous times. I've learned if you stretch that band out really far as it can before you actually tie it down, it will help melt it better and keep it from sticking so much onto your strap. And I'm just going to let that sit for 10 minutes. Alright, and we're back. Let it sit for 10 minutes. See how it turns out. All right, turned out pretty well so far. Looks good. And you guys know I do not like to wear middle parts, but I'm just going to see how it looks. All right, looks really good. So we're going to see how it looks in the middle part, and then I'm going to part it on the side. All right, you guys, so I'm putting some SheaMoisture back on my hair. Again, that is the mousse. I like to use the SheaMoisture mousse on my bundles and wig units. That SheaMoisture mousse, it just defines those curls, and it doesn't weigh down the hair, and it keeps it soft and bouncy. So I'm just spreading that SheaMoisture all throughout of the hair. Well, I love the way it turned out. I can see that little blue cast to it. It's not too bright. Definitely loving that. Excuse my phone. So yeah, overall, I am liking the way it turned out. This is how it's looking with that tape underneath it. And let me show you all how it looks from the back as well. So I'm not going to go all that deep into a middle part because I'm not wearing it in the middle. I just kind of put it in the middle so you can have an idea how it looks for all the people that like their middle parts. So this is how it's looking with all the bundles into the wig. I did pretty much use the majority of it. I think I may have just a little bit of the 22-inch bundle still left over, but I did use all of the 26 to 24, and I used half of the 22 up towards the top. So this is how it's looking with the blue. You can see the blue underneath it and the streaks that were blonde on the wig. Those are all blue. That's the little highlighted blue tones that you're seeing. All right, so it turned out really good. I like it. So now I'm getting ready to part it on the side like I normally like to wear it. And you guys see right there on this edge of my hair, see that lace is 7 inches wide, so it doesn't go from ear to ear. So what you see on the side, that was my actual hair, my edges on the side showing of the wig. I got gray hair, you guys, and I'm just tired of dyeing my hair, so I'm just gonna let that gray show on the side. I'm not even gonna worry about it. But I just want to clarify that because I don't want anyone to think that it was excess glue. It's not glue. That is my gray hair on the side over there. Got salt and pepper hair. All right, so I'm parting it where I want it on the side. One thing I like about this tape that I'm seeing, I don't have to really go in and customize my lace once I install it on my head. It looks really good. Normally I would have to go in there and put a little makeup on my part, but I don't have to do any of that. Just part it. It does look a lot natural using that tape. You guys, this is my second video, so once I learn, I got to figure out how to add the links to the bottom of my videos, just in case you guys might want like that tape that I ordered off of Amazon. My first video I made, I couldn't add the links to them. So I'm gonna try to see if I can get the links added to this video. But yeah, I like it. It came out really good. I don't like a whole lot of baby haired edges. I don't like that dramatic look when it comes to those edges. So I'm just gonna put a little mousse on the baby hairs that came with the wig and just kind of brush it down. I don't like a lot of baby hairs, so I'm just gonna brush just a little down on the sides there. Yeah, I really like the way this turned out. Really liking a little blue that's casting out here and there, just like I wanted it. All right, so I'm gonna take a little bit of my SheaMoisture hair mousse and just add it to my little baby hairs right there. I'm just gonna brush that, comb that down. You see right around the edge, my edge is right on the side. That's not glue, that's my gray hair over there. Peeking out. Same way on that side. Looks good, you guys. I hope you guys like it. I hope my tutorial worked out for you all. I know I had sped up a lot on this video, but that's how it turned out. Hope you enjoy it. I likes it. Please subscribe and like and share this video if you would. All right. Looks good. Didn't have to put any makeup down. Look at that. No makeup on my lace. Have a